He says, Moats, I sure hope it's us in the dance next year. Gotta get my Steelers in the Super Bowl. Thanks for everything. Peace. Nah, shout out to you, James. And for certain, we got to get these boys back into the big dance with the confetti raining on us. And we got too much talent to not do it. But at the same time, man, we do have multiple pieces in small areas that we do got to get better. We do got to improve. And I think that, the first thing is obviously quarterback. We're going to get that direction soon. It's getting there. Regardless of these reports, the reason why I'm saying soon is because free agency, right? Once that officially opens up in March, there is no guessing anymore. We will know for certain who at least one of them dudes are at QB, man. But we shall see, man. We shall see. All righty. Let's see. Oh, shout out to the homie Red. Shout out to Red. Red says, I remember when we thought our player could be like the Eagles. Also, Moats, how did the Eagles turn around in a year while we suck? The difference was, number one, they got back healthy because last year they had some injuries, some substantial injuries. And number two, quarterback played a lot better. And this running back, Saquon Barkley, he happened to have this historic type of season where he ran for like 2,000 yards. So, yeah, man, I ain't even gonna lie to you. That they also had a Defensive Player of the Year finalist, which we had, right? Shout out to Zach Bond, who made plays all throughout the playoffs as well, Super Bowl game included. Yeah. So I would say, those are the reasons why the Eagles were able to have this like massive jump, but it wasn't like they were coming from a terrible situation. A year prior to that, they were, 2 years prior to that, they were in the Super Bowl. So they already had the foundation. But from there, they hit on their draft picks, and their draft picks came and played extremely well. And Jalen Hurts, who they already had, $100 million quarterback, played up to par. We talked about that specifically in the game versus us, was where we saw that switch kind of go back to him looking like MVP form. And from there, he kept it going. You saw what he looked like in the Super Bowl. That was the Jalen Hurts that got the $100 million. That's Jalen Hurts. That's why he's Super Bowl MVP. Shout out to him, right? So those were the big differences in terms of why they were able to turn it around so fast and why we're currently where we are. But the reason why we do feel like we have Eagles type players is because we do. We're going to go down the list. I mean, okay, they have Jordan Davis. We have Cam Hayward. Difference is they got Jalen Carter. We got Larry O. So their tag team versus our tag team. They throwing Milton Williams. We throwing Keanu Ben. You see how we're talking in terms of our tag team versus tag team. Pass rush wise, they got Josh Sweat, Nolan Smith. We got TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith. Right? We go to our LBs. Zach Bond. If I would have said Zach Bond before the season started, y'all would have been like, who? Now everybody's like, oh, that's the decoy. That's the decoy finalist right there. We know who he is versus Patrick Queen. But at the beginning of the season, I'd have been like, yo, we got Patrick Queen versus Zach Bond. Y'all would have been like, yeah, but we take a PQ. Heck yeah, we take a PQ. And so, you see what I mean? Corner. We all said, man, we like Darius Slay, but we feel like, they're still, got to turn it around a little bit. So they went and got, was a Cooper DeJean and a, what's the other boy? Queen Mitchell. Whereas for us, we were like, all right, we got JPJ, we got Dante Jackson. And then we're going to roll with where there was, at the time, Corey Trice at the beginning of the season. Then obviously he got hurt again. I forgot who else we were talking about, but that was kind of our approach with it. So there were a lot of similarities from a defensive standpoint. It's just unfortunately down the stretch, we didn't execute the same way. We ain't had the type of production that we needed out them boys, man.